Hi there, I'm Jillian Segal, President of the National Representative Body of the Australian Jewish Community, the ECAJ, and I am talking to you from my home. These are extraordinary times. Our community, like all Australians, is experiencing the anxiety that comes from completely disrupted lives, the stress of worrying about our jobs, our businesses, our children's education, and the fear that comes from wanting to protect our children, our parents, and ourselves from a global pandemic. The Jewish community is uniquely close-knit and interconnected, and we are also, on average, an older community, and this makes us particularly vulnerable in such times. But we are also a caring and compassionate community, resilient, responsible, and well-prepared. And we have experienced everything and survived, and we will survive this too. I am in contact with the presidents of Jewish communities in states and territories across the country, and with representatives of schools, synagogues, nursing homes, and other communal facilities. Each facility has its own set of challenges and risks, and I can assure you that they are all putting in place the best measures they can to get through this and keep us safe. At leadership levels, coordination and advisory committees have been set up, are meeting regularly, and are assisting each other to deal with these challenges and risks, and you will hear more about these in subsequent messages. But all that good work will be undone if we don't each take the necessary steps to slow the rate of transmission. So can I ask you each to do 3 things. First of all, keep your distance and observe hand hygiene. You have all heard the term social distancing. Well, what does that mean in the context of our community? It means big or multiple generation Shabbat dinners are over for the time being. Don't do it. Please don't risk it. It means this year, unfortunately, Pesach seders for our extended families and friends are also out. Do small intimate ones with your household only. It means that kids' birthday parties are postponed. I know they'll be sad, but it really is for their own good and the good of the community. FaceTime calls with their friends may help, and it means sadly no visits to grandma and grandpa by their grandchildren. Skype, FaceTime, call. Hopefully it will only be for a few months. Do not put the lives of those you love at risk because of sentimentality. We know that those over 65, and some say even over 60, are particularly vulnerable to this virus. And we know soon our hospital system is likely to be at or beyond full capacity, so don't risk it. It also means if your kids are not at school, please keep them at home. This is not the time for play dates or shopping centres or picnic tables. They'll be bored, they'll be restless. Let them play, read, or watch Netflix, whatever will occupy them. Teenagers, of course, may be harder to restrict than little kids, but keeping them home is also really important. If you think young people do not get this virus and you think it only affects the elderly or those with pre-existing conditions, think again. 40% of those hospitalised with coronavirus overseas are between the ages of 20 and 50. Everyone's actions count. And of course, remember all that has already been communicated to you about thorough and frequent hand washing. So the second thing I'd like you to remember is think of our most vulnerable. Whilst our hospitals and nursing homes have placed strict and appropriate measures in place to protect their residents, there may be hundreds of elderly or those with health conditions living independently who will be frightened, shut off, and in need of help. I ask you to think about who that might be and to let us know so that we can get them the help they need. Think of old friends, distant relatives, people in your building. We have had dozens of volunteers come forward ready to help our communal organisations in delivering medicine and groceries, or even just placing calls to ease the anxiety of our most needed. But we need to identify these people, so please help us do this. And the third thing is please reach out. If you're feeling anxious, scared, or alone, reach out. We are a community, an extended family, and we will try to help you. You can call the number below, and we will try to get you the help you need. I wish you all strength and comfort in these challenging times. Keep your distance, be strong, be generous, and we will get through this together. Thank you for listening.